Hey, Shalom, Akyam. First off, I want to say Tawada, Yahweh Bashim Shai, for giving me the spirit to do this video. And Shalom to you brothers out there in general that's doing the truth, okay, and sincerity. This video I'm going to is about faith that's dead without works, okay? Because you got to understand that when Yahweh Shai comes back, who the world calls Jesus Christ, which his name is Yahweh Shai, when he makes his return, you got to be in faith with works. You can't just be in faith. Okay? Because all you men that believe that you're Israelite and know you're Israelite around the world, you should know better that it ain't just about faith. Okay? And that you need works along with the faith. That just faith doctrine comes from the world. That comes from T.D. Jakes and, you know, your average everyday pastor that's held up in this society. Okay? That's not according to the scriptures, according to the Bible. Okay? So let's go to James chapter 2, verse 14. I'm going to start there. What do it profit, my brethren, though a man see he have faith and have not works? Can faith save him? Question mark. And the answer is no, it can't save him. Not by itself, because through your faith, you establish your works. You establish doing it, okay? Being doers of the word and not hearers only. Because you got a lot of people that even know they're Israelites that are just hearers only. I can't even keep count how many people I done talked to come across me speaking, and they automatically say, oh, I know, just so they can continue to walk by and not really fully listen because they have heard that they're Israelites, but they ain't doing no work. They're still in the world doing what they've been doing, okay? So nothing has changed. Verse 15, if a brother or sister be naked and destitute of daily food, and one of you say unto them, depart in peace, be you warmed and filled. Notwithstanding, you give them not those things which are needful to the body, what do it profit? Right, if you don't do the action, how can you help them? Same thing, if you don't do the action of your works, how the hell are you going to help yourself to receive the mercy to get out of here, to be saved, to be part of that elect of the nation of Israel? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, which makes up the 12 tribes of Israel. How you going to be a part of that number with no works? Verse 17, even so faith, if have not works, is dead being alone. Yeah, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works. Right, I will show you my faith by the action, by me doing the work, by me teaching, by me studying, by me putting up shows, okay? That's how you're going to show your works. All right, not by just saying, yeah, I believe. Yeah, I know we Israelite. That's just being a hearer, man. Being entertained on the highways and byways every blue moon because you see the Israelites get into disputes with people and people go crazy and yell and cause scenes. And it becomes entertainment to a lot of a lot of the Israelites, man. But they're not putting in the work. That's why the Lord said, many are called and few are chosen. Okay, you got many are called that don't want to hear it at all. And you got the ones that are called that say, I believe, but they ain't doing nothing. Verse 19, thou believest that there is one God, thou does well. The devils also believe and tremble. But wilt thou know, O vain man, that faith without works is dead? Right, so all your words are in vain. Oh, I believe. Okay, your hope of getting on that chariot, okay, when the Lord comes back is in vain because you have no works. You just trying to ride off faith with no works, and what did it say? It's dead. It said that faith without works is dead, okay? Meaning your hope is in vain, meaning you're wasting your time. Point blank period, meaning you don't got the spirit. Verse 21, was not Abraham our father justified by works when he had offered Isaac his son upon the altar? Right, he was justified. That was considered a righteous work. Though the angel stopped him, which I'm going to get in that story in a minute, I'm just going to read it. But that was considered a righteous work. So though he didn't sacrifice Isaac, he was going to do it out of the fear and out of the loyalty and trust that he had for Yahweh Bashim Shai, for the Most High. So that's considered a work. So you got to be in the same mind frame as Abraham, our forefather, okay, and other men in different stories. But since we're talking about Abraham, you got to be in that mind frame, man. I'm willing to give up everything. I don't care what it is. I'm willing to give up my whole life, everything, my life, everything, man. No matter what it takes, okay, to show the Most High, that you are down for the Most High, and that you ain't with nothing else. Whatever he say you with, okay? 22. Seest thou how faith wrought with his works, and by works was faith made perfect. So you're not going to get the check of faith from the Most High, from Yahweh Shem Yahushua, unless you're doing works, man. That's how they look down from the heavens and say, okay, you got faith. Okay, you got faith. That one got faith. That brother over there got faith. Those are the ones that's doing the work, okay? 23. And the scripture was fulfilled, which saith, Abraham believed God, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness, and he was called the friend of Yahweh. Ye see then how that by works a man is justified, and not by faith alone. Likewise, also was not Rahab the harlot justified by works, when she had received the messengers and had sent them out another way? Right. Even the harlot had works. That was a work. When you read this story, she put in work by doing that. That was considered a work of faith. Okay? Though she was a harlot. Verse 26. For as the body without the spirit is dead, and we know that once you die, we know our body is a house for our spirit. Once our body dies, our spirit leaves and goes back to the Father. And our body disintegrates into the ground, which it came from in the first place. We know that. So faith without works is dead also. Same thing. You got to have both. Okay? You got to have both to be justified to walk in faith and say you believe and be justified. You got to have both to actually say that you're actually walking on earth, talking, eating. You got to have a spirit and a body together. Okay? I'm going to go from there to Genesis chapter 22. I'm going to just start from the top, from verse 1. And it came to pass after these things that Yahweh did tempt Abraham and said unto him, Abraham, and he said, Behold, here I am. And he said, Take now thy son, thy only son Isaac, whom thou lovest, and get thee into the land of Moriah, and offer him there for a burnt offering unto one of the mountains, which I tell thee. And Abraham rose up early in the morning, and saddled his ass, and took 2 of his young men with him, and Isaac his son, and clave the wood for the burnt offering, and rose up and went unto the place of which Yahweh had told him. Then on the 3rd day Abraham lifted up his eyes, and saw the place afar off. And Abraham said unto his young man, Abide ye here with the ass, and I and the lad will go yonder and worship, and come again to you. And Abraham took the wood of the burnt offering, and laid it upon Isaac his son, and he took the fire in his hand, and a knife, and they went both of them together. And Isaac spoke unto Abraham his father, and said, My father. And he said, Here I am, I my son. And he said, Behold, the fire and wood, but where is the lamb for a burnt offering? And Abraham said, My son, God will provide himself a lamb for a burnt offering. So they went both of them together, and they came to the place which God had told him of. And Abraham built an altar there, and laid the wood in order, and bound Isaac his son, and laid him on the altar upon the wood. Right, Abraham had the faith, man. He was about to sacrifice Isaac, all because Yahweh said so. Proving what? You got to do what you got to do, man. Okay, show your faith, your dedication, your integrity. Trust in the Most High. Verse 10. And Abraham stretched forth his hand, and took the knife to slay his son. And the angel of the Lord called unto him out of heaven, and said, Abraham, Abraham. He said, Here I am. And he said, Lay not thy hand upon the lad, neither do thou anything unto him. For now I know that thou fearest God, seeing thou hast not withheld thy son, thy only son, from me. And Abraham lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, behind him a ram caught in a thicket by the horns. And Abraham went and took the ram, and offered him up for a burnt offering instead of his son. It was a test. Yahweh was testing Abraham, and Abraham passed the test. Think about that, man. That's big time faith. What if an angel came to you right now and said, Look, and you knew it was an angel. It was manifest that this is an angel of the Most High. And they told you, like, look, if you trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, get your only son, go to the woods somewhere, and I want you to sacrifice him. Sounds crazy, don't it? But the thing is, what's the difference between now and then, man? If it sounds crazy now, it sounded crazy then. But guess what? Having faith over trumps crazy. Meaning it didn't matter to Abraham, because he knew if he did what the Lord said to do, that he good. He know the power of the Lord. So we got to think in that mind frame of willing to do anything and go all out seeing what time it is in the world to receive that salvation, okay? To receive that mercy. Why should the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, give you mercy? You got to look at yourself and examine yourself day in and day out. From there, I'm going to go to Second Esdras, verse 9. I'm going to start at 5. For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifested. Now, you know at the beginning of the chapter, it says, measure by the time diligently, okay? Meaning measure the prophecies, watch, so you can see that it's close, all right? So let me start back again at 5. We'll start from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifested. Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works, endings and effects and signs. And every one that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed, works in faith, not just by faith, but those who were able to escape by the works and faith, showing you that that's the only way you're going to be able to escape is by your faith and by works, okay? Verse 8, shall be preserved from the said perils and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. Right, so from the beginning, it was already chosen who's going to make it, which is the elect of the nation of Israel. Not all Israel is going to make it this first trip, but the elect, the 144,000 and 1/3 of the nation of Israel is going to make it, and 2/3 is going to be left behind, as we know. So, like I said, this lesson is to keep in mind that you got to be doing works, because when the Lord come back, I just believe, and you ain't doing nothing, then you're going to be in a horrible case, okay? Like it says in Matthew, blessed is the man who I find so doing. Doing what? Giving my people, my flock, meat in due season, teaching the word, edifying them, encouraging them, exhorting them, rebuking if need be, but doing the work, okay? With that, I want to say, Tawada Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, forgive me the spirit to do this video. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to you brothers out there that's sincerely waiting for the Lord. Shalom.